Hello everybody. My name is Sladecko and I'm a professional motion designer. And for the last 7 years I was working on TV shows, commercials, VFX, feature films. And today I would like to show you my background, what I did in past years, and how I combine 3D software, Cinema 4D with After Effects. Basically, every my project went through the After Effects since I'm using it, which is around 10 years now. You can see this is just some of my projects, and some of them, most of them looks 3D, but for example, if I show you this one is full After Effects, this one is full After Effects, this one is full After Effects. So sometimes it's hard to say what is in 3D and what is in After Effects, because After Effects allows us to do a lot of nice 3D animations and stuff like that as well. So I would like to start with my showreel to see what I'm doing. So this is my showreel. So this was my portfolio, which most of the projects are made in the last 3 years. But it's not just about what you do now, it's kind of process you are evolving. And I started working when I was 11 on my first animation. Unfortunately, I don't have them because my computer burned out. But I have the animation when I was 13. I would like to show you my beginnings. It's from 13 years old, and I was the kid, I was loving the action movies. So I would like to warn you, it can be a bit brutal and infantile, but yeah. It's just my beginning.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
So this is from my absolute beginning. I would like to mention that jumping from the tree is based on the true story. It was me. I was so happy that I was able to jump from the tree to the water that I made animation about that. Then some few years later, I discovered the After Effects, and it was a really interesting software for me because I could combine the real footage, I could combine them with the CGI, with the elements, the green screens, and for me it was a whole new world in front of me. So I enjoyed it, and I will show you some few more experiments, and I was still being a little bit brutal, but yeah, this is my beginning since VFX. As you could see, there was still a lot of action shots. So I thought, when I finished the school, I thought, okay, I have to apply for my first job. what it's gonna be. So I thought I had a passion for action movies, for VFX, for the 2D compositions, so I went for the movie industry. I thought I'm gonna work on the Michael Bay's movies, and my first movie was Cookie. You're not gonna know this movie, but it was the puppet walking in the forests. And it was a movie for the kids, and we had to retouch all the wires, all the strings for those puppets, and it was really painful because that was moving the leaves and stuff like that. So 2 seconds could easily take 3 weeks of work. It was a really painful process, and I realized pretty soon that I don't want to be 2D compositor, that it's not really work for me. And this is like another picture from that movie. I was working 2 years as a 2D compositor. This is few movies what I've been working on. It was in Czech Republic, so the most of them you're not gonna know, even though maybe there's some Nicolas Cage, which I'm not sure he's good to mention that I was working on a movie with him. But then came the game changer. In 2011, it was movie Treasure Guards. It was some German-American co-production. Not fancy movie, but the supervisor came to me and asked me, I know that you do some graphics as well, and in this movie there's gonna be a lot of sci-fi, user interface, or high-tech. Would you like to design all of them? Design and animate all of them? So this is my first motion design job, and I thought, yeah, it's a huge challenge, I will try. I did few of them, and then they said, okay, you can do all of them. So this is some short reel of those graphics. So this is my first motion design. This is all After Effects, the composition, everything, even the keying. We didn't use the Nuke or other softwares, everything After Effects. And after this, I decided I will leave the VFX industry kind of, and I went freelance. I thought, okay, I will try to focus more on the creative part of the things, like the commercials which are shorter, but you can, I think, more express yourself, because in the movie there is like a huge pipeline. And this is my beginnings. This is from different music videos and stuff like that. And it was my Easter eggs. I was putting my nickname, which is Sladey. I was putting my nickname or my pictures to projects that I've been working on. This is from Evening News in Czech Republic. I just made during the Evening News that there is playing with my nickname, but then they noticed that I'm doing this Easter egg, so I don't do it anymore. But it was just for my fun. Too good to mention is the music video on the top left corner. I will show you the breakdown. I did it in one person, and it was quite fun to work on this. And I used the camera mapping in After Effects. So yeah, it was interesting experience to make the fake 3D space. So this is short breakdown. So after this project, I decide that I will try to push myself some further. So I decided to leave Czech Republic, and I wanted to go to London. But there was so many people who were telling me, do you think there's anybody waiting in London for you? Or what are you gonna do there? There's so many people more talented than you. You don't have a contract, it's so expensive, you are from Czech Republic, you don't have enough money. But I just took my laptop, maybe I was too naive or self-confident, I just took my laptop, I took my girlfriend, and I went to London. And basically, I didn't know anybody, I had 0 contacts. And I emailed to 2 studios, the Mill and MPC, and the Mill didn't answer, and the MPC told me no. And okay, so I was digging on the internet, and I found that MPC has FX Studio, which did After Effects. With Cinema 4D, it was the right place for me to be. But I didn't find any contact to them. I found just Twitter, and you have just limited amount of the words or letters what you can say. So this is what I wrote them. And basically, a day later, they told me, great work, get in touch. So after 4 days in London, I got the job, and it was an amazing experience for me. So I worked there 9 months on a full time. And then I decided I will try to be freelance and get more people, get know more people. And there was amazing community. I was working in those studios, the Mail MPC. On the end, I got to the Mail, which they didn't even answer in the beginning, to the Golden Wolf mainframe. And it was really different experience than what I had from the Czech Republic. The community there was amazing. Everybody's in Soho. You work for a huge client. But I worked there a year and a half, and after a while, I would get kind of fed up because there is so many people in the process that can look like this. That basically you are doing small changes back and forth, and the way what you can do in a week alone, you are working 1 month with the huge clients behind you and going through a whole pipeline. So after a year and a half, I thought, yeah, it's good experience, but let's go back to Czech and be picky. Choose your project more carefully and be passionate about what you do. So my first project when I came back to Czech Republic was for the Russian Lukoil, which was really short video. It has 3 seconds. I was working 3 or 4 weeks on it, but it was interesting for me. I had quite fun, and there's a breakdown for you as well. And all those stuff are in After Effects, those injection, fuel injection. The lens flare, video copilot. I'm sure you know it. The energy going through the pipes, it was just a trapcode particular, all different kind of plugins. The still After Effects are really a huge base of my workflow. After this project, I got the known studio Oficina, which is amazing studio in the Czech Republic, and I work for main Czech TV Nova. This is alternative version, is the dark one because there is more prominent the particles on it. The original version is bright, but I'll show you. This was for a TV show Koření, which is spice in English. I would love to tell you that all the particles are in After Effects, but I need to have a 3D collisions, so most of the renders are in C4D, but the whole composition you can see in the middle what I got from the 3D program, and on the right and left what I did in After Effects. So basically there was a huge post-production, a lot of layering, and it was a lot of about the comping. This is basically my animatic, which was essential for me to get the timing right, to do the fluid simulation, which later on affected and drive my particle systems. So this is really, especially because it was one take shot or one shot camera, or just one camera movement for through all shots. I had to be really careful about the timing. I knew I had 15 seconds, and if you change the timing of the G blending, it will affect the whole video. So you need to be really careful with animating this. And I couldn't animate the Jeep proper. I tried by hand, and it was painful. So I built my own 3D rig for the car, and this is the first test. And it didn't work as I want. As you can see, I had some complication in the beginning. But on the end, I was able to make the car move as I want. Not in the beginning, but then I forget to turn on the collider. But eventually one day, it jumped and did nice drift. I just had to extend the floor, but it worked. I was so happy that I'm able to creating the cars that I even did some small race during lunch break. I went out and I shot this video and then I just tracked the car. So I was just playing with the softwares. This is a breakdown of this project. You can see more how it's built. There's going to be even some After Effects layering. Here you can see as I was adding more and more layer, multiplying, playing with blending modes. I had all 3D data from Cinema 4D. I had in After Effects, so I see the lights, the camera movements. So the workflow works pretty nice, and I mean, I really like this combination of those softwares. I think it's a really powerful combination. After this project, or this is last shot, sorry. And after this project, there was a whole new challenge in front of me. There was a huge project. It was video mapping in some kind of theater, orchestral hall. I don't know exactly the name for it. And it was the collaboration. It was 45 minutes live music, or live orchestral music. And we were 12 artists from different countries. And they told me, do you want to participate on this project? It was almost 360 projection in this space. And I have no experience with something like this. I had nothing. But the studio, the Makula, They are really great. They have a big experience with this. They told me, we're going to prepare all assets, the 3D, we do the measurements. Don't worry. So the Amar from this studio, Amar Mulagibovic, he was really good, introduced me to this kind of project. And I was working on small part of this video, like 5-6 minutes. There is some small piece of it, how it looks. It's a bit quiet, but you will see it later on. Basically, what he gave us in the beginning, we split the whole orchestral music on different. We have different orchestral songs. We have 4 of them. You can see divided by the colors, and seven parts at all in total. So we divided. We're gonna work on which part. It was split with A1, A2, A3. So we even know the mood, what it's supposed to look like. He gave us some visual references, what should be great to maintain for each part. And as you can see here, this is what we got, which was amazing. We had fully 3D space of that orchestra or that theater, because we used the leader scan. Then one guy, like 3D artist, he do the retopologize. So we had a kind of low poly model on the end. So we could send the particles over it, combine it. And it was really interesting experience for me. And because there was a lot of people from different countries, and we didn't speak so much to the people came up with different approaches. So it was on the end nice what everybody choose that's gonna animate with the orphans and with the space around. And again, without the After Effects or some great composition, so it would be really hard to make it because it was layering more and more layers on top of it. We rendered separately the glowing pillars, we render the particle systems. You will see everything in a second. This is what we have to deliver. We have to deliver all of us 4 cameras, like for the sides, ceiling, and the front. Of course, we were able to connect them on the stitches. It was amazing, but it was quite hard to do. But I will show you now the process reel, how everything is done, even with the LiDAR. So this is the LiDAR. As you can see, this is Retopo. We use a 3D print when we are testing because we couldn't test in the proper space, so we are testing in this 3D model. This is my first and so far also last video mapping project that I've been working on. But if any of you are interested in a project like this, feel free to contact Studio The Makula. They have a lot of offers. They don't have so much people at the moment, so they are looking for other artists, and they have working on really interesting projects. Right now there was a projection in Manchester because there was first British astronaut sent to the space, I think something like that. So it's interesting project, so definitely worth to check it. My other projects were for the TV, television again. It was TV spots for Sport Channel. They were introducing the new sports. And so again, the Studio Officina and the client TV Nova. It was really friendship, collaboration, really it wasn't so weird if we just opened the wine and were talking about the feedback, and it was a really nice way how to work. And it really depends on the client. You have to have great client. Basically, you can try to treat your client like be friend with him, but it really depends. It's hard. This was the type of the client. When I show him something like this, he won't be scared. He just, okay, I trust you, this is just some previous, the animatic, and it ended up like this. And he didn't want to see the final result all the time. Some of the clients, I don't know how it's gonna look, I see just some lines, could you render it? And it will take 2 hours. And okay, I will go to the coffee shop and then I will come back and just, no, we are losing the time now. So that's the reason why I like the clever client, I would call them, who trust you. When already they choose you, they should trust you that you can somehow deliver it. And this is the breakdown of a rugby project for TV Nova. You can see the animatic again on the left. It was essential for me to get the timing right. Then after this project, this is basically the same project. It is brother of the rugby, it's the tennis. We did 6 sports, we were 3 artists, so each of us had to deliver 2 sports, so I choose the rugby and tennis. So it's really the same story kind of, just different sport, so I can play it straight away. So both of those commercials was kind of dark. I'm really happy that the TV let me or allowed me to do this kind of dark spots because I enjoy the aesthetic. And in a lot of television they try to be colorful and bright, which in this case it was really okay with them. So I was amazed to work on this. And I wasn't sure exactly when was it. I put it kind of on the end of my projects. I did personal project, which won 3rd place on 99 frames competition. And as you can see, there is tons of the user interface, so all After Effects and hand animated, but you will see in the final result, nobody noticed those details. But for me, it was an interesting experience because I was working on this project from passion. I just want to try. It was my first 3D model what I ever did. I was start working a long time ago. I was just playing with how it's gonna look. And I was adding the turbulence FD, I was adding different effects, and I tried to make in After Effects like the laser and everything. And then I realized there is a competition called 99 frames. And that time I had 90 frames of animation long. So I just add 9 more frames and I was 3rd place. So it's kind of coincidence. But I think it's important to sometimes find the time and work on projects which you would like to work in the future and put them to your portfolio. You don't have to put to your portfolio everything what you did. If you don't like it, even if it was well paid or whatever, just leave it. You don't have to show it. Show what you want to do. So this was a cool project for me. Just 3 seconds. So this was kind of the showcase of a lot of my projects. I mean, I noticed that there is a lot of new incomers, so if you don't mind, I will play on the end my showreel again for those who came later, and that would be everything from me today. So this is my showreel. for second time. After Effects as well, on the After Effects. So that's everything for me. Thank you very much, and feel free to contact me if you need anything. Thank you.